Welcome, wonderful people, to the Sunday rune and card reading. So we are surrounded today by beautiful, beautiful crystals, which is in part a celebration of the A to Z of Emotional Health's new shop, which will be open very soon, because I will be giving away a variety of different crystals as part of our sort of monthly draw. I always give away a free private reading and a pack, a first edition pack of the Art of Manifestation Oracle cards. For the month of August, we're going to be giving away all kinds of other things as well. So very exciting month for us. But today our three readings are going to be guided by these incredible crystals. We have a piece of raw rose quartz, a citrine point, and an amethyst point. Now, rose quartz is really known as being, it really is the embodiment of love, higher vibrational love for people who are wanting to bring in a soulmate. I would be wearing a rose quartz crystal. I would be, sleeping with a rose quartz crystal under my pillow at night. It is the embodiment of love. If we're struggling with any conflict, rose quartz will really allow us to rise to that higher vibration and really understand our situation through the eyes of love, through grace. So very, very powerful crystal to be supporting our reading number one. Our reading number two, we have citrine. Now, citrine is known as the stone of abundance. It's a wonderful, wonderful energy. It's very direct, I find, when I sit with it, and yet it's quite penetrating at the same time. Again, really, really known to, in terms of the law, working with the law of attraction. If you are looking to manifest abundance, then citrine is really the energy that you might be wanting to connect in with. In reading number three, we're going to be guided by an amethyst, the energy of amethyst. Amethyst is kind of known as one of the master crystals. I have to say it's extraordinarily powerful. It tunes us into it sort of heightens our psychic abilities. It's said to enable us to really connect to the divine, to connect to illumination. Now, August, for those of you, I don't know if you've tuned in yet to the Astro Energy update that I did. I'll try and put a card at the end for that, at the end of these videos. But August is very much a sort of a stop-start, push-pull kind of month energetically for us all. It affects each sign individually. I have done individual readings for every sign as well for the first 2 weeks, and we'll be doing new moon readings again for the latter part of August. But this crystal, amethyst, it's very... If you're feeling wobbly, it's really where I was going. If you're feeling wobbly and you need to anchor yourself and yet remain open to divine guidance, I think amethyst is really the crystal that may speak to you. So those are the sort of guiding energies that are governing our readings today. So rose quartz, citrine and amethyst, reading 1, 2 and 3. So wonderful people, this is the time when we now draw the cards. And indeed our wonderful runes. So first of all, we will draw from one of the tarot. Now this is the, wow, okay, we'll use that for reading number one. This is the Mythic Tarot pack. It's my oldest tarot pack. We'll be drawing from more than one tarot, I think, actually. I think I will be using the Gaia pack as well. I know a lot of you like to sit with me as I draw the cards. For any of you who don't wish to do this, just fast forward. The timestamps are in the information box below. We'll have 3 from this pack. In fact, actually, I'm just going to shift our crystals up a little bit, move them around a bit so we have a bit more room to position our piles. Okay, and we'll also draw from the Gaia. This is a lovely tarot pack, very different interpretations, very different meanings, but beautiful, beautiful cards. Seems very fitting actually, because they have such an earthy energy, which I think really connects in with the energy of the crystals here. Okay, so we'll draw 1 from this pack. and an astrology card, I think. What a powerful year astrologically it is. I think we've known it, we've always known for years and years that 2020 would be kind of something else. I don't think any of us would have necessarily imagined quite how powerful our sort of the energy of transformation, let's put it that way, I think is around us. A lot of opportunity here despite the challenges that we're facing though. So we will also now draw from the Art of Manifestation cards as well. Okay, I'm putting that back simply because this is a pick a card reading where ideally ideally you don't see the cards as they are drawn. It's about tuning in with our intuition and seeing, you know, which pack of cards we're guided to. And we'll have 2 from this pack. Okay. Last but not leastly, we will draw from our magnificent runes. Rune number 1, rune number 2, and rune number 3. Rune number 1, rune number 2, and rune number 3. Rune number 1. Rune number 2. And rune number 3. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful, wonderful energy here. So awesome people, this is the moment in time when we sit with our intuition. You may already have felt drawn to one of the readings in particular. You may even have been drawn to the readings when we were just tuning in with the guidance and the energy of the crystals. But if you are undecided, you can always press the pause button, sit with the 3 piles, the 3 readings, and just see which one is speaking to you. You may, of course, also find that one speaks to you more loudly than another, or that 2 are speaking to you. I know some people will check out all 3. I know for myself, because I often tune in with readings. I might even go to a pick a card reading from a previous time if I want to feel that I'm entering it with a freshness for myself. I will literally I might watch one on one day and I might come back later in the week and watch a different one. It really just depends on where I'm at and what I'm needing in any given moment. So wonderful people, I will leave you to press the pause button. The timestamps are below. Don't forget, wonderful people, if you wish to be in the draw, the monthly draw, to win potentially a first edition pack of the Art of Manifestation oracle cards, and indeed a free private reading. And for the month of August, as I mentioned, in celebration of well, it's actually of the standard edition. I just actually have a pack here. The standard edition of the cards is coming out, it's being released, so we'll be giving away a pack of these 2, and then various crystals as the A to Z of emotional health opens up the store, which was really something that just came about because we needed to distribute the cards. We were having trouble getting the cards to people across the world, and being able to give discounts and that sort of thing to our subscribers. So wonderful people, don't forget, put yourself into the email list below if you would like to be in that monthly draw. Once you're on that list, you are in it permanently. That's it. As long as you're subscribed, then it is because it is a subscriber offer, but you are in that draw ongoing. Wonderful, wonderful people. So much love to you. Namaste. Welcome to reading number 1. We'll look at our runes first. So we have the rune of growth in reverse. We have the rune of wholeness. This is the pathway you must follow. And we have the rune of fertility. So very clear message just in these runes alone, actually. The rune of growth, it speaks of a new phase of life. It's an ending, it's a beginning, but it's a big new beginning. It's a whole new phase. And the fact that it's in reverse would suggest that there is something needing to be attended to, or blocking, or something's not emerging as fast as you might like it to. The rune of wholeness is the path you must follow. Now, the rune of fertility is interesting because to have the rune of growth and the rune of fertility is fabulous. I mean, these are fruit-bearing runes, so everything is about the potential for manifestation. However, the rune of fertility requires us to fertilize the ground for our own deliverance. We need to do something. We're needing to wrap something up, or completion of beginnings. So something needs to sort of almost be tidied up, is what I'm hearing, in order to create that new beginning. Now, we are guided by the energy of rose quartz, the energy of the purity of the highest vibration of love. So let's continue and see what our cards are going to show. So allow yourself to receive and be your brilliant self. Okay, we have an astrology card of revolution. We have the 10 of fire. Okay, let's space these out. I'm going to put the 10 of fire here, and revolution, followed by our tarot cards here. And then I'm going to place these here as well. I think everything is well in camera, which is good. Okay, so allow yourself to receive, be your brilliant self. Okay. The 10 of fire is about aligning, literally aligning your chakras, aligning your energy, also aligning yourself with that which resonates with you, everything that you feel passionate about. You're at a new phase, you're entering a new phase. I feel like something's turning itself, it's not turning itself around, and maybe for some of you it is something that's turning itself around. I feel like something in your world has been turned over almost. I don't know how better to say it, but revolution, something quite radical, some quite significant or radical change has taken place, or is in the process of taking place. I'm inclined to think as well in terms of the energy of love. It's how you relate to others as well. There's something about the flavour of relationship here. Now, the Hierophant in reverse, this is the wounded healer, Chiron. It's the energy of the comet. Higher levels of aspiration, vibration, higher levels of awareness. King of Cups. There's some healing to be done here. That's what I'm really hearing. The King of Cups, for me, he is also, you see, Chiron is a bit like, you know, he could heal others, but he couldn't heal himself. That is the way the legend went. The King of Cups is often, he's got the energy of a counsellor. You know, sometimes counsellors, psychotherapists, they are very good at supporting others, but they don't heal themselves. So there's some healing to be done. That is what's needing to be done in order for you to emerge. This is the path you must follow. It is the rune of wholeness. There's something that you're completing, a phase of attitude or a way of being in relationship. I would venture to say, I think you have actually blocked yourself from receiving. I don't think it's conscious. I think circumstances have happened that have stopped you from being able to receive everything that you're entitled to, is really what I want to say, but particularly within love and within relationships. It's almost as though you've always prioritized the other person above yourself. So we are embodying self-love here and the healing that comes with that. The revolution here is interesting because it's like you're absolutely ready to do this. You're ready to step into a space of newness within relationship, whether you are in an existing relationship and you are finally stepping up and entering relationships with an expectation that your needs will be met equally, or whether you are looking for a relationship and you're entering a brand new relationship, or you're coming out of a relationship and looking for someone new. You're doing it on different terms. That is the energy of the revolution. I also feel, solar eclipse, that things could be happening quite quickly for you at the moment. Knight of Wands again in reverse, very interesting because this is about refinding passion. It's about yeah, literally reigniting your passion. It may be for some of you that someone is leaving your life, or that you are letting go of something that is connected to past relationships. Again, I'm really seeing very strongly a letting go of it. There's a residue of relationship around you that, despite your awareness of it, there's just something you're needing to let go, literally, of. And that is what's creating this new opportunity for new beginnings. You need to allow yourself to receive. Don't be fearful of receiving anymore. It's almost as though you learn to defend yourself. And through that defense, you needed to retreat. You needed to look after yourselves. And that's fine, but that is not relevant anymore. Okay, that is not relevant to you anymore. You've outgrown the retreat. And it's interesting, as the world is literally opening up, there is this is the absolutely pivotal and right time for you to step into the most authentic version of yourself, believing in your own worth, in your own worthiness, and allow yourself to receive. I will read these cards. One of the greatest blocks in our ability to manifest our greatest desires is an inability to allow ourselves to receive. This card asks that you take some time to identify any inner beliefs, perceptions, and attitudes that stop you from receiving, and one by one remove these resistances. This is the path you must follow. I'm going to do some shifting of energy again in a moment. I often do that in my readings. Be your most brilliant self. Be great today. Be brilliant. This card asks you to get in touch with the extraordinariness of everyday living. Go about your daily life doing everything to the very best of your ability. Be extraordinary in an ordinary way. Your brilliance will radiate into the world, creating more change than you could possibly imagine. There is something about being grounded in who you are. Again, walking through life, looking at life through the eyes of grace, through the eyes of love. There is something that is being turned around, turned over, and there is amazing opportunity here for you guys. I suspect something. The eclipses for me always speak of, quite sometimes they're like portals of energy, where in eclipse season things can happen really quite quickly and quite suddenly, and I feel as though, it may be that something will happen that will cause you to literally have to shift your perspective, remain grounded, just walk that ordinary pathway in an extraordinary way. And I believe everything is going to unfold for you. There is a healing taking place. Sometimes we need to retreat, and that's not in a fearful running away sort of way. It's in a bit like going on a retreat. It's about replenishing our soul. But the time has come for you to emerge from that cave, knowing that you can heal yourself. Indeed, for some of you, somebody may be coming into your world, I think, who is able to offer you something of a route to healing as well. Now, recognizing that you can allow yourself to receive, remove any obstacles, that is what's actually needing to be done. This is the sort of completion of beginnings, as it were. It's the wrapping something up. And as you do that, this energy of the rune, if you just connect into the rune of growth here in reverse, as you do that, the energy will shift and the rune will move into its upright position. And actually, I could feel something lift as I did that. It's lovely. It's about realigning yourself in that true knowledge of your absolute worthiness and entitlement, to both give love and also to receive it in equal terms. Wonderful people, so much love to you. Don't forget, wonderful people, if you wish to be in the monthly draw, especially given that August is going to be so exciting and we're celebrating so much, we will be giving away all sorts of wonderful crystals and cards and all sorts of things. So wonderful people, do put yourselves into that list. The link is literally just in the information box below. So much love to you all. Namaste. Welcome, wonderful people, to reading number 2. Let's have a look at our runes. We have the rune of breakthrough. This is interesting because it's a rune that suggests either a tweaking, a course correcting, or indeed a change of direction. Remember, we have the governing energy here of this wonderful citrine crystal, the crystal of abundance. We then have the rune of gateway, which would suggest that something needs to be considered, especially if you are thinking of changing direction. And we have the rune of disruption. I love this rune. The energy of it, I always think it's like disruption with purpose. It's got a lovely sort of thunder spirit energy around it. Now you're either going to be making decisions that feel a bit disruptive because you're changing course, or something is going to happen that is disruptive that causes you to have to change course. I think it could sort of be either way. It will be different for you each in your unique sort of circumstances. Ground yourself and have your voice. Okay, very powerful cards. We have the 11th house card of friends. We have the King of Water. It's a lovely energy. Let's have a look at our tarot pack. Okay, so 3 of Swords, 5 of Cups, 2 of Pentacles. Okay, wonderful people. So the King of Water, I want to say, listen to your heart. Don't just listen to your mind. In fact, I feel that you are needing to make a decision. You're needing to make a decision. There is a change of direction, I think, here in some way. It could be a course correcting, but actually it might be more than that. It may be a really quite significant change in direction. It is connected, I think, to abundance. Now, I feel as though something is shown to you. That's the disruption. Something is shown to you, something comes to light that causes you to actually need to make a decision. It brings something to a head, okay? But the King of Water, I think for me it's like it's an interesting card because it can suggest the energy of a sort of like a safe harbour in a storm. It asks us and it requests us to use both our heart and our mind to listen to the way that we feel and to listen to the way that we think. So real contemplation and consideration going on. Now, friends, the 11th house, friends. The 5 of Cups for me is a card where we see something. Something is brought to light. It may be that you see something, a friend tells you something inadvertently and it causes you to see something in a different way, or it opens up a pathway for you. But something is coming to a head and you are needing to review and think about it thoughtfully. However, there is a lot of potential here. Everything is pointing in the direction of opening something up for you, but you will have to you'll have to do something. It's not like something's going to land on your lap like a lottery win. It's more that there is a huge opportunity, I think, being offered to you, but you do have to leave something behind or make a clear decision around something in order to take advantage of that opportunity. Something is being shown to you, or it will be shown to you. It will feel disruptive. I think it could cause you to feel as though you're wobbling, you're not on solid ground. But actually, whatever is taking place, it's opening up a new horizon for you. The card of the 2 of Pentacles speaks of sometimes of resources coming available to you to start a new venture, but it will involve work on your part. If you know how to sort of, if you're good with money, you're going to be able to see how you can navigate a situation. Definitely something moving forwards. And I would say a friendship of some sort, a friend or a group of friends, it may be you might be offered an opportunity, a working opportunity, or an opportunity that it creates disruption in your life because you're needing to make a decision here. You have to leave something behind. But actually it is opening opportunities for you, and there are new horizons waiting with great potential. Ground yourself. This card is a request to you to literally ground yourself. Go outdoors, take off your shoes and find somewhere where it's safe to stand barefoot. Imagine roots growing out of your feet, traveling down into the soil beneath you, anchoring you with the nurturing energy of the earth. So remain grounded. I think it does feel as though the world is a little bit disruptive around you. For some of you, probably even quite a lot disruptive. Things are unsteady, unsure, because you are in a pivotal moment of transition. Walk that pathway steadily, remain grounded, have your voice. If something happens that isn't okay, sit down with yourself. this card says, is there something that you need to say? An inability to speak out can leave us with feelings of hurt and resentment, which then create a kind of internal energetic roadblock. Voice your feelings to yourself or write them down. It is time to release the past. Very powerful card. So if something is shown to you that presses some of your buttons, or the wobble is pressing your buttons, or the uncertainty in the shifting of something, the transition of something, remain grounded. Even if you write a letter to yourself, have a conversation with yourself, even if you don't have a conversation with someone else, you're being shown something. Take it steady, but review. The rune of Gateway is such a powerful rune of review. It literally asks us to sort of almost like to sit, to pause, to look back over everything that we have, everywhere we've come from. It's time to release the past. Lean into the learning, lean into the gratitude for the learning of every step of the way. Even adversity and disruption are bringing something that is necessary, because there are new opportunities for you. But yes, something is coming to a head, wonderful people. The invitation in this reading is, it comes with reassurance, actually. There's a lot of reassurance in this reading, because it's advising a navigation of the situation through really, really mindful, considered, reflective choices, where you listen to both your heart and your mind. And there is so much promise. Whatever's coming to a head, it's coming to a head because it needs to. Whatever area of your life that is. I think it's been blocking your ability to receive abundance in some area of your life. And in a way, you are being pointed into a new direction with purpose. It's just that transitionary period is always a little bit challenging. Fair comment, I think. When things shift and turn, it can feel very challenging and very wobbly, and we can long to feel that we're on solid ground. But actually, we have to sometimes ride that through. In fact, actually, I had a really interesting conversation with someone just the other day, and we were talking about, she was struggling with this sort of transitionary period of almost feeling as though she's grieving for things that didn't work out, and simultaneously she's longing for something new to enter her life. And we talked about it as if it was a pie chart, and I was kind of saying, if your pie chart is full of stuff, we need to sort of let go of some of that stuff, and then we sit with like a space, an empty space for a little while. We have to do that. We have to let go of something and sit with the empty space, which is uncomfortable, because if we don't do that, there isn't room for anything new to come in. Just energetically, we have to clear something out in order for the new to come. And sometimes the universe does that for us. It creates the disruption. But there is a lot of positivity, a lot of potential. This is very much a reading of affirmation and an invitation to be very mindful, thoughtful, evaluate, review, take it steady. It's very much in tune with the month of August, actually, anyway, the energetics of that. Guys, don't forget to check out the Astro energy update I did for August, if that's of interest to you, because very much a fluctuating energy around for the month of August. But wonderful people, there's a lot of affirmation here. Don't forget, Super Souls, if you are wanting to be in the draw to win a pack of the Art of Manifestation Oracle cards, a first edition, and indeed potentially a free private reading, and for the month of August, potentially all sorts of crystals and other amazing stuff, just join the email list below. It is a subscriber offer, so you need to subscribe. And if you want to get notifications of the announcements when I announce the winners, and of any of my readings, when you subscribe, if you press the little bell icon as well, you should get notifications too. Wonderful people, stand firm. Everything is shifting in a very powerfully positive direction. The disruption is here with purpose. Wonderful people, so much love to you. Namaste. Welcome to reading number 3. Now, our first rune is the blank rune, so there's possibilities around you. There may actually be only one pathway to go, but definitely possibilities. This is a rune of gestation, so something's in the process of emerging. We have the rune of joy in reverse, and we have the rune of constraint. Right, so something is in the process of emerging, but it's not coming into fruition possibly as quickly as you would like. You may need to seek guidance, divine guidance. Open yourself to divine guidance. The amethyst point is very, very powerful energy here. It's okay not to be okay. And we have the card of compromise. This is interesting because this card says, are you in a situation where you need to make a compromise, or are you compromising too much? Very powerful message. This card asks you to review your position and be sure to find a solution that takes the needs of all parties into account, including yourself. And it's okay not to be okay. This is asking you to listen to your emotions. So I'm curious because it feels as though there's some fog or some indecision around you. Ninth house, faith. Wonderful. Seven of fire. This is a card of transformation, manifestation. You are in the process of some sort of change, some quite significant change. Temperance, judgment, and Eight of Wands. This would suggest that something is going to shift and move forwards fairly quickly, actually, but you're needing to weigh things up. You are needing to actually work this. You're needing to oh gosh, you're needing to hold your boundaries as well, actually. That's what I'm hearing. You're needing to weigh things up and evaluate. Now, Iris, the goddess Iris, she's known as the goddess of kindness and compassion, but my goodness me, she doesn't mince her words either. She understands that saying no is sometimes the kindest thing that we need to do, whether it's saying no to ourselves or to someone else. There's an issue of boundaries around you. Something is needing to be evaluated. There's quite a big reckoning going on. The card of judgment for me, it's not even just a card of evaluation. It's a reckoning. It's a really looking at something very, very clearly. But in doing so, you move forwards. Now you are in a space of transition. I want even to say not even transition, but manifesting. It's different. It's definitely an energy of manifestation and of something emerging and birthing into your world. You are called to have faith. You know, sometimes I almost want to say sometimes a birth can be very quick and sometimes it can take a bit longer. It doesn't mean it won't be successful, but you are experiencing birthing pains in whatever it is that you are currently manifesting. Now this master crystal, amethyst, I would be wearing, if I had picked this reading and I had them, I'd probably be wearing this little amethyst pendant, and I might be carrying amethyst with me so that I would be tuning into guidance at every step of the way. You are being called to have faith. There is nothing here that is suggesting that things aren't going to move forwards. The Eight of Wands here is actually suggesting your venture, your relationship, your project, whatever it is that you are, that is in this space of emergence, is going to come through. But there is some big evaluation to be done and some big decision making. And there, it may be that, as I said, I think you're needing, some of you are definitely needing to hold your boundaries here. Some of you are compromising too much. It may be that some of you are also too fixed in your perspective of how you wish to achieve something. It's very much a manifestation, an art of manifestation reading, a law of attraction reading. If we, within our manifestation, if we are too fixed on our pathway, that's what I'm really hearing. If we're too fixed on the way that we think it's going to emerge, it's kind of like we want to go from, I don't know, from A to Z, let's say, and all of those steps in between, we've already defined how we want them to work out, then we're not being flexible enough to allow the universe to support us in guiding us on the best possible route to get from A to Z. That's what I'm really hearing. So hold fast to your vision, hold fast to your goals, hold fast to the things you wish to manifest, but allow the universe to direct you. If we're too, as I said, if we're too inflexible, if we're too fixed on the pathway we think we should be taking, we can walk right past the doorway that's actually being opened for us. It is as though the universe is trying to show you something. Also, if you are feeling restricted, if something isn't appearing to move forwards, trust that maybe it's because you are needing to pause and take a slightly different direction. The rune of constraint, it sometimes also says it's got that message of, you know, when fishermen can't go to sea, they mend their nets. It may be you're needing to attend to some details, but there's definitely attention needed here. And you know, this card says when we feel low or have challenging emotions, we often then feel bad about feeling bad. It's almost as though, you know, if we're feeling low, it's as though it's a bit like, let's say you're feeling anxious about something and then you start to worry about being anxious. Now you're not only feeling anxious, but you're feeling the worry as well. So you double the load. This card asks you to understand your difficult feelings as guidance, highlighting that something needs to change and that you are entitled to seek support in this. Again, the energy of constraint. If something is feeling restricted around you, just listen to that, lean into it. You're being shown something. There's definitely evaluation. There are boundaries to be held here, decisions to be made, but everything is going to move forwards. Now, the key here is holding on to your vision, holding on to your faith, not having a wobble emotionally, and really evaluating, making sure you're neither too fixed on your pathway, and you're also not being pushed around by anybody else either. Okay, this is a time where divine guidance is going to be around to guide you. I'm going to shift the energy of this rune of joy here in a moment. When we attend to things, when we really listen and we trust that our emotions are actually a navigational system, we listen to them, when we hold on to our vision and our faith, all sorts of opportunities can present themselves to us. We can trust that the universe will show the way and we will receive the clarity that we need. We shift that energy, but it's all about holding your vision. It's what I would call being flexible, whilst simultaneously holding your vision in a clear manner, but also being flexible as the route to get, in terms of the route to get there, and being open to receive guidance. Hold your faith, hold your vision. You are in a process, literally, of manifestation. So wonderful people, this is a powerful reading. Really tune into that guidance, that divine guidance. It's very much available to you. There are all sorts of possibilities being shown to you, and the path will be made clear, I believe. Just attend to things one step at a time. Wonderful people, don't forget, if you wish to be in the draw to win either a pack of the Art of Manifestation Oracle cards, or indeed a free private reading, or indeed for the month of August, for the draw for August, all sorts of crystals and smudge sticks and exciting things, do make sure you add yourself to the email list. It's in the link below. It is, of course, a subscriber offer, so you'll need to subscribe as well. Wonderful, wonderful people. So much love to you. Namaste.